don't know who I am, my name is Jasmine. Sorry, I'm a little awkward. Yeah, a little bit about me, super awkward. I can be shy at times, but it's usually not like me. Well, at least, usually isn't like me. Lately, I've been dealing with a lot of self-discoverment. Parts of me that have probably just been like pushed under the rug for so long that now they're just like, nah bitch, like let's come out. Let's take over your life. And as you can see from the title of this video, this is all about anxiety. And I thought I knew what anxiety was like been personally put in the situation where you have an anxiety attack at the randomest time, like you don't even know, you're not even doing anything to provoke it. It just happens. And you feel like you're gonna die. And that happened to me, what was it, 4 days ago? So today's Sunday, December 1st. Merry Christmas, hence my sweater. Yes, I'm a dark Christmas person. But basically my boyfriend and I were on our way to Chico, and I was driving, and an hour in or so we decided to stop for some food. So we saw that there was a Wendy's open, thank God, and we got our food and we went on our merry way. I got some spicy chicken nuggets with some ranch and a Dave's single burger sandwich, whatever it is. Really slow traffic. And so the traffic was we were going maybe 15-20 miles an hour, not fast at all. And I had just gotten back, I kind of was sticking to the right lanes, which I normally don't do. I'm normally a left all the way over lane person. I like to go fast, and I also don't want to deal with the slow drivers in the right lanes. But because I have been dealing with anxiety symptoms for about, it has been 3 weeks now, 2 weeks, I'm not exactly sure, less than a month. And this was the first time that I had been driving long distance in a few months, maybe like 4 or 5, and so I was just taking it slow. So I was taking to the right lanes, and we were like merging, so there was like my lane and the one to the right, like people were coming on, they were merging. And for some reason, like I ate like a few chicken nuggets, and then I was currently, as we were merging, I was eating my single sandwich, and I ended up just felt like for some reason I started to not be able to breathe. It was just very slight, and this specific symptom I've been dealing with since I was in like 7th grade, but it's just recently like flared up really, really bad. And so we're like thinking it might be my back because I have my spine fused, but also it's been like this feeling I'll get like maybe once every couple months, and it will stay for like a few hours and then it'll just go away. But it's this like feeling of like I can't get enough air when I take a breath. So I'll just like sit wherever I'm doing, and that's another thing, it'll just happen at random. Like normally I'll just be sitting like I am right now. But when when it started happening again recently, I was at work, and so it's been affecting my work a lot, and that's really not good for me. I need the money, living in the Bay Area, rent is expensive. I felt that happen, the breathing, just very like minuscule, I felt it, and then I tried to put it in the back of my mind and it seemed to work. I just kept eating, had a few more bites, and then all of a sudden I get this like sensation building up inside me where I felt like I was gonna puke. And so I was driving, and I had my sandwich in my left hand, so I moved it to my right hand, and I was holding on to the wheel, and My boyfriend was in the passenger seat. He was also eating, so he had his food in his hands, and I just like tried to speak, and all of a sudden I just like remember basically shoving my sandwich into his hand and saying, "I think I'm gonna puke," and he's like shuffling his shit like together and everything, and excuse me, he was like shuffling his stuff, and he actually grabbed one of the to-go bags from Wendy's that we had, and kind of like held it there just in case I needed it, and I started like pulling over, and I pulled over, I stopped. He put it in park because I actually forgot to, and that's unlike me, so unlike me. And he puts on the hazard lights, and I'm just kind of like sitting there, and I'm just like blank faced, just kind of like talking like this, and it was just really, really slow. And I really couldn't, I just couldn't think. I really wasn't able to breathe very well. So my boyfriend was like trying to help me breathe, like, breathe baby, breathe, like just, focus on your breathing. And so I was like trying to breathe, I closed my eyes, and I was just like trying not to look at the cars passing by me. And I just kind of sat there, and he was like, "Do you need me to drive?" I'm like, yeah, I need you to drive. And so he got out, and I jumped into the passenger seat on the inside so I didn't have to get out. And I like put on my seatbelt, and I just kind of like sat there. I was just trying to like feel myself, I guess, like trying to like get my equilibrium back and everything. And I just remember sitting there and just like, please don't throw up, please don't throw up, please don't throw up. Because like, if you know me, my number one fear in my entire life, aside from spiders, is throwing up. Something about it ever since I was little, because I think it was because when I was little, I only ever remember throwing up 3 times in my entire life until I was like 15, because when I was 15 I moved to North Dakota, and I actually got like sick a lot when I moved there. In the first year I think I got sick like 6 times. It was really, really bad. But it was just like not something I was used to. I was not used to throwing up, so the idea of something in your body doing something that you don't want it to do but you can't help it, really, it's just like always in the back of my mind. Like, if I eat something that I've never eaten before, is it gonna, am I allergic to it, or am I sick to it? Well, I guess not if I'm allergic to it, because I'm not allergic to anything. But just basically, will this upset my stomach? Will something in it be bad? Well, like, that's something that, I guess that's, the anxiety part of me that I never actually, like, until sitting right here, right now, talking to a camera, or whoever is watching this now, I guess. But I guess this entire time, that's been anxiety. And so when I'm actually faced with an anxiety attack, that is how my body responds. And I only know this because I only talk about it like I know what it is, because for one, it's my own body. And I know how I think, I know how my body's supposed to work, basically. And also I'm a psychology student, and so I've researched a lot about this type of stuff, but I've never actually been faced with the personal experience of anxiety itself. And so when this out of the blue just happened to me, I'm really reevaluating everything in my life at this point. I know I need to start seeing someone, but also after, I got back from Thanksgiving and everything, I just thought, why don't I look on YouTube? Like, how many people actually talk about this? How many people actually have, like, these type of symptoms, I guess? Like, what is their experience like? I found a few here and there, but surprisingly, I just mainly found songs called Anxiety, which actually brings me back to my story when my boyfriend started driving again. I was I was pretty fine. And he was like, I want you to listen to his song. And so we really love this rapper called Logic. He's very, very popular, especially in the Bay. And he has a song called Anxiety. It's anxiety with a Z. And it's just really, God, I tried to make myself lay back. And my boyfriend played this song. And I've listened to it before, multiple times. The beat is great. Logic's a great rapper. And I just really like his stuff. But not until this moment did I actually listen to the song. I was trying to focus on anything that I could, so focusing on that song and the lyrics helped me like recollect myself. You know, I started this song and everything, and I was just feeling it basically. When it came to his story in the song, he explained what his first anxiety attack felt like and how he ended up in the hospital, and the doctor was telling him that what he felt was anxiety. And I just like started, like my eyes just started tearing up. I was just like, you know, this is what I'm going through. I was there, and almost like another world opened, and I was experiencing something totally new, that other people around me go through this exact thing, and I just like felt so bad. I just, not bad about myself, but like I just felt bad that other people have to go through this. I heard that song and it changed me, I guess. And when the song was over, my boyfriend looked over at me and he saw like I just had tears streaming down my face, but I wasn't like crying, because like that's how real my emotion was. I was just sitting there and I was actually telling myself not to cry, but my eyes just kept crying. And I was just like sitting there, I was just like, oh God, like he's looking at me, and you know, like we're really, really comfortable with each other. So like I've cried in front of him multiple times, happy tears, sad tears, angry tears, like all of them. So that's the part that was like, that bothered me. It was the fact that I had been in a relationship before where one of the reasons I actually broke up with him was because my depression, because I deal with depression too, but that I'm more used to. You should never say that you're used to something this bad, but like I've dealt with that since like 8th or 9th grade. I know how to handle that, but this is something different. And so my ex-boyfriend, he actually had told me once that my depression would make him upset. It would make him angry. And not in the way that you would think, where like, oh, I'm so upset that I can't help you, or that like, you know, you're going through this, or nothing like that, but it actually made him mad. And that's not something that I really wanted to deal with at all. And so I just think like now in the present, I'm dealing with something that actually makes me physically ill. Something that makes me not function like a normal human being, to an extent where I can't drive. And so I was just thinking like, how would he react? How is he going to react to this? How I'm like just totally a fucking mess. And so he looked over at me and he was like, oh, are you crying? And I was like, yeah, and I was wiping my tears and everything. And I was just like, oh, like, sorry, you know. And he was like, it's okay to cry. You can cry because you're okay. You're gonna be okay. And so if you cry now, you just get it out. Just get it out now. Don't have to be ashamed. After a while, you just kind of have to, you know, accept that men are different than boys, and anxiety is different than depression. And even though you deal with one mental thing, not every mental thing is going to be the same. And so I thought a lot about my life and what I want to do with it. And honestly, I want to share my experience with people. Like, I want to do this. I may not go anywhere, and I really don't expect it to. Like, I just want to talk to people. You know, I want to be a psychologist in the future. That's what I want to be. But for now, I can just do what I can, and eventually I can help someone. And so, with that being said, if you ever need someone, I'm here. And I'll link my socials down below so you can reach me. I really would love to talk to people, not just for you if you need help, but like, it would be nice to know that there's more than just me, you know? Not just me dealing with this, but there's just more than that. And that's what I want to do. I want to be there for you. And I really hope that this helped someone. Until next time. And I'm sorry that this video was kind of dark, but I hope it was eye-opening, and I am really excited to start posting more videos. I'll be posting a lot of health videos on myself, and hopefully some more singing videos, because I know that there have been some people who after 7-8 years are still watching my videos, and so I would just love to do that for fun, you know? It would be something that I could really benefit from. So I hope everyone had a really good Thanksgiving, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!